Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. This is your Manchester United versus Derby County match reaction. We'll be doing the player ratings, links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. But look, Lionel Palestri, what a player we've got there. Absolutely fantastic. I thought he was superb. Absolutely fantastic, Mark. I thought he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it's very difficult in a game like that to really give... look, at the end of the day, there's about 75% of those players that played across both halves are looking for loan deals or moves. That's what they're doing. Most of our team at the moment is still on holiday. But we won the game, which I think is good. And also, I think Lingard's such an interesting topic. He smashed the Denver with that sort of shot from the angle, which was brilliant. But the worry for me is Ollie sat there with Karaki on the bus, sharing a Calippo, going, Karaki, do you think that's a Calippo? Karaki, let's keep Lingy because he hit the bar. And I hope Karaki's going, why are you, man? No. Like, you know, he needs to go. He needs to go for that. He's too good to be on our bench, but he's not good enough to be in the first team. He is a West Ham player. He's a Leicester player. He is an Everton player, maybe. That's what Lingard is. If I was Everton, and they're going to lose James Rodriguez, I'd be after Lingard. Like, he is exactly the sort of player that Everton or West Ham need, but he's the player that we don't need. We don't need to give him a massive new contract. We don't. We just need to let him go, and Lingard needs to go. The problem is, it's the false promises he might be given to get a new contract. United might say, you're part of my plans, Lingy. And I can't see how he is. I can't see how he is in the plans next season. I really can't, because when you've got Pogba and you've got Bruno and you've got Sancho and you've got all the options that we've got, where does Lingard fit in apart from sitting on the bench and coming on for 20 minutes? And also, if you're Lingard and Ollie says to you, well, I'll use you off the bench, 70 minutes, 0-0 at home to Wolves. Is he going to take Bruno off for Lingard? No, he won't do it. So for me, I think Lingard's got to go. But as things go, I thought that was a good performance. First half had its problems, and that was just MUTV's stream going down. But I think second half we looked more settled, and I think that's because Lingard came on, Matic came on, Telles came on, and those experienced players embedded themselves in the game far better than I think Mata did in the first half, and Wan-Bissaka and you know, Greenwood was a bit isolated, just the same as Hugill was. We've still got a problem. Identifiably, we've got a problem of creating chances for our number 9, haven't we? And I think that's a little bit of a problem. But we're going to do the player ratings in a minute. But I just wanted to just touch on one other thing as well. A lot of people were saying we're going to play a 4-3-3 more attacking. I don't think we saw that. We definitely didn't see it in the first half. It was a 4-2-3-1. It was McFred and McTominay in the midfield. McFred in the midfield. I mean, it wasn't. I wanted to blame McFred for the goal that Derby scored because the closing down was terrible. I mean, I don't know where they are on holiday, but yeah, that's a joke. But in the first half, it was Levitt and Garner, and they played as a 2. Garner to the right and left was Levitt. And in the second half, Matic sat and Pereira pushed forward more as a box-to-box. So in the second half, we saw what you could do if you had a fit Matic who was 28. Matic would sit and hold the midfield like he did in the second half. Pereira would be ideally Pogba, box-to-box, and Lingard would be Bruno. But we haven't got a fit 28-year-old Matic. We've got a decaying Matic who is getting old. And decaying, I mean, football ability, he can't do it anymore. And therefore, you see what you saw in the first half, which is Garner and Levitt, which is McTominay and Fred. We have to play that too, because we don't have the holding midfielder. So we saw the holding midfielder in the second half, but it's Matic. We don't have a holding midfielder. And for everybody who thinks that Garner's ready, if Garner's ready, why didn't he tell Garner to do Matic's job in the first half? He didn't. He put Levitt next to him. So he didn't even trust to put Garner on his own. And then yet some people think Garner can do it in the first team against Liverpool and Man City. Garner needs a loan. Levitt needs a loan. Most of those players need a loan. But I thought that today, that's what today was all about. It's about loan and sales. Because ultimately, so much of our first team wasn't there today. We're not building the team for the game against Leeds. That'll happen in the games in August when we're playing Everton and Brentford. In these first few games where we're playing Brentford and Preston, these games, QPR and Preston, where we're playing championship clubs, this is going to be for the youth players. This is going to be for the fringe players. And I'm absolutely fine with that. But yeah, watching Pereira play shows how good Bruno is. Shola is a talent. Yeah, well, we're going to go through the player ratings now because I think that's what we're here for, aren't we? Links in the video description, so you can catch up with me for this if you want to. We mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, and 10 obviously being man of the match. But let me just get back to this. So let's go through the player ratings. We have got an 8 o'clock show tonight, so make sure you smash a like on the video and we'll find out who your man of the match is going to be. So Tom Heaton for me, I thought Tom Heaton was probably a steady 6.9. Well, yeah, he did all right. I mean, I'm not bothered about that. I thought he was a steady 6. I thought the save he made was I think I would have made that save. It looked good, but I think it was quite close to his body. But yeah, I mean, 6.5 is probably about right for that. Wan-Bissaka, probably a 6 for me. 5.9, yeah. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. First game of the season, no issues with that. Axel Twansebi for me probably gets a 6 as well. 6.5. Yeah, he was steady. 6.5. Probably the same as Heaton, really. Ted Mengi, yep, 6 as well. 6.5, fine with that. Brandon Williams, steady 6 for me as well. Yep, 6. Dylan Levitt, yeah, give him a steady 6 as well. 6. Garner, I thought was a steady 6 as well. So lots of 6s coming in here. Mata for me was below a 6, but I'm going to be generous and give him a 6. I think for when you see what Lingard did in the second half and you see what Matic did in the second half in the midfield where there's a lot of ball, I thought Matic played well and I thought Lingard played well. I don't think Mata really offered anything in that game, and this is for me why I was a bit confused why we kept Juan Mata at the club, because I appreciate I feel there's coach vibes with Mata. I feel like we're using him as a coach, which is absolutely fine. But if we're going to use him in the game, I still don't get why we kept Mata. And if Mata can't get hold of him in midfield against Derby County, how are we going to? My only issue with Mata is where are we going to use him? Like, you can't. I don't think you could even trust him against Brentford at home in the Premier League. So where are we going to use him? Rochdale in the Carabao Cup? I just think if he's a coach, give him a coaching job. But I'm not going to be nasty. I'm going to give him a 6. But 5.5 is probably about right. Alanga was a bit quiet, really. So I'll give him a 6 as well. 6.2. Chong got a goal, but I don't think it was any better than a 6. 7. Fair play. All right. I'm giving quite a lot of averages here, aren't I? Mason Greenwood gets a 6 for me. 6.3. There we go. Lee Grant. So bad he disappeared. We didn't even give a picture for him. Probably give him a 6. Oh, you see, I'm being generous. People giving him a 4.4. He should have done better on the goal. Galbraith for a right back. I thought he was all right. 6 for me. Made a mistake on the goal, but I thought he did quite well. It's not his position, you know. I wouldn't say there was Kimmich type vibes, but I thought he did all right, Galbraith. So I'd give him a 6. Tellez, I thought he could have done better on his free kicks. Again, I feel like for Tellez, it's a little bit like Mata. I would expect a little bit more from Tellez. He's out of the Brazil squad. He's out of the United team. He's got an opportunity there for 45 minutes to really tear it up. And I just thought it was a bit average. So I would give him a 6. I expect better from him. Now, Matic, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought Matic played really well. I felt that I noticed Matic. It is interesting that people give him Matic an average 6. I noticed Matic on the ball. I noticed him get hold of the midfield. I noticed him want to the ball. I felt he was an experienced player, where others I don't think really did deliver that. So I would give Matic a 7. Pereira, I'm going to be generous and give him a 6, but I knew he'd get a bad score. I mean, look, Pereira needs to go. He's not a young player, is he? And to be fair, I think Garner and Levitt and Galbraith and Alanga and Shoretire all showed a lot more than Pereira, so I was disappointed with Pereira, to be fair. Jesse Lingard, give him a 7. I thought he played well, same as Matic. I think there with Lingard you see a player that, like Matic, showed his experience, showed his quality, and look, he needs to move. Jesse, get a bloody move. I'm telling you, do you want to sit on the bench at United next season? You're too good for our bench, but you're not good enough for our first team. He needs to go and get himself a move. And if United think they're keeping him, the thing about Lingard is at the moment you can get £25 million for him. If we sign him on a new contract to keep his value, I guarantee you this time next summer, we're trying to sell him again and he's going for 15 million. So we've got to let him go. You've got to let him go. But he played well today because he's naturally fit. Palestri for me is a 7. I thought he played really, really well. Every time he got the ball, scored a goal. Oh no, he's got to get an 8 actually. He scored a goal, didn't he? He didn't hit the Denver. So Palestri gets an 8 for me. Definitely my man of the match. I'm going to put the star next to his name. Look, what I want to say about Lionel Palestri is, and his name is Fasundo, of course, but he's not Lionel Messi, but he's got those Messi vibes in relation to his close ball control. He wants to get his head down. What I would say about Palestri is, if I'm the manager of Brighton, I'm like, Ollie, I'd like him. He's already going to Spain. Like, he's already going to Spain, but I'd love to see him in the Premier League. We're a Premier League club. Get your loan players on loan to Premier League clubs. Because if Palestri goes on loan to Alaves again and has a really good season, he's still not going to be used to the Prem. So I think he's going to go on loan to Spain. But I would loan him out to the Prem. I'd loan him out to the Prem, and I think people would want him in the Premier League. So I like him. I think he looks really good. You know, different to Ahmad, but again, a very exciting player. And I just hope with Palestri we're not going to waste the talent because we've got Sancho and Ahmad and Dan James and everybody else, that there's no space for him. He does need a loan move. I agree with that. But let's get him a good loan move. Let's get him somewhere really good where he's going to play regular football. And I think, as Connick says, a Premier League loan would be fantastic for Palestri. I really would like to see that. Shoretire, I think I'd give him a 6.5. Yep, 7. So 6.5. Yep, that's fine. Absolutely fine. I thought he did well. Looks very good on the ball. I like him. He looks bigger physically as well. I think last season when we saw him burst into the team, he looked a little bit... he looked like a young lad. Today he looked a little bit bigger, and this is what happens with these teenage lads. They do grow. We've seen it with Greenwood and Rashford. So Shoretire, good on the ball, and he looked more physical. I think last season he looked a little bit, he looked like a kid. He's growing more and more into a man now. So Shoretire looked good today. Joe Hugel, probably a 6. Not a lot going on for him. Difficult to play as a number 9. Whether you're Cavani or Joe Hugel, it's difficult to play as a number 9 for United. You don't get a lot. But I did like his movement. I did like his physicality. Again, he's a young lad playing against experienced centre-backs, and he didn't look out of place. So I thought Hugel did well, and I would like to see him play more. Fish, again, did okay. Made a good tackle, got a good header. So I thought he did okay. Looks promising as well. So I'll give him a 6.5, 6. That's what you've done there. Bernard, just give him a 6. And Hannibal, sorry, not man of the match. I give him a 6. I don't want to give him... No, you're not my man of the match. I'm not giving... Sorry, Bernard. Don't get it so excited. My man of the match is Palestri. 6 for him. Hannibal looked good. Give him a 6. 6.5 is what you've given him. Ollie. It's hard to give Ollie a rating because it's a pre-season game. He made lots of subs. Tactically, I just give him a 6. It was all right. Average. It's very difficult to give Ollie anything brilliant because it's a game that ultimately doesn't matter too much. But I thought his substitutions were good, so I'll give him a 6.5. Player, man of the match, Palestri with 84% of the vote. 84% of the vote for Palestri, which is absolutely fantastic. Great to see there. Palestri, your man of the match. 84% of the vote. So make sure you smash a like on the video for Palestri. He deserves that. If he was your man of the match, smash a like on the video. Really deserved it. And I just liked him every time he got the ball. Scored a good goal as well. Didn't rush it. That to me shows a player that's confident. And I think what I want to say about Palestri is, yes, he was very exciting. Yes, he had a very good game. But the exciting thing about him was his football intelligence and his confidence. Every free kick he won was because he ran the ball. When it wasn't on, he passed the ball backwards. When he scored the goal, he didn't rush at it. He took it round the goalkeeper to make it a tap-in. He's obviously got that... he's got that confidence, hasn't he? He's got that ability to trust himself and be confident on the ball. And I liked that. I really, really did. So really enjoyed his performance, and I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Luke Shaw clapping there, which is good. On Twitter, applauding the players, which is fantastic. And of course, look, for United, from United's point of view, we've got absolutely nothing to worry about in relation to the future, because the future will be getting our first team back in place over the next few weeks. And now it's about these young lads getting these young lads some loan moves. Definitely, I think that's what we need to see next. And I think we will see that. We are going to be live at 8 o'clock tonight. I don't want to keep you away from the sun. I know there's a Formula 1 Grand Prix going on. I think it's been an interesting start in that. Also, it's sunny weather out there. So we'll reconvene at 8 o'clock for the 8 o'clock show. We'll talk about all the transfer news stuff in there. But big shout out to Palestri. I thought he was fantastic today. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll speak to you all in a little bit.